Don't ask me what time it is. I don't know. I don't care. I only care about my Father's time. My Father is God. I'm the unknown prophet of God. If you like it or not. Folks, I told you that I did get a fish in it. That I saw a Japanese little child. And he was pale. And if you ask me, he was dead. His eyes were closed. He was a little child. And I saw lightning going into the air there, or coming out of the air. Yeah, going into the air. Like something did explode, and it did look like fireworks. So that's what I saw. And now I see this big storm going to Japan or South Korea or China. And it's precisely coming what I did say. And I think many children will die in this storm. And something will explode. Maybe a firework factory, or I don't know. But I did get this in. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, people ask if your pal, your dog, or your cat will go to heaven. And no, folks, they will not go to heaven. But they will go to a nice place if they've been nice. So, if the boss was always good for his dog, then the dog will have a better chance to go to that place. Or the cat. But most of the times, it's the dog, folks, because the dog is more close than the cat to human being. You know? You see it more like your child or something, and many people do have that thing. So when the dog did go wrong, then it's up on the boss who did let the dog grow up, So always be nice for your pets, I say. And it will have a big chance to go to the place where it belongs when it dies. Because of course, the animals also will go to a place, but not to heaven. This is only for people. But you can visit your dog if you like. If you like. You don't have to, because if you are with God, you got no responsibilities and all that kind of things. You don't have to go work. There are no parties. There are no stores. There is nothing of this. There is enough food. There is enough drinks, and there is enough what you really need. But money and diamonds and pearls and dancings and all that kind of things, folks, you're gonna lose this. It's not there. So this is about the dog. Will it go to heaven? No, it will not go to heaven. But it will go to a nice place if people did treat it nice. Because it's not the dog who will start to bite the child, but it's the people who let it grow up. You understand? So it's never the dog. But it's also with little children. If you don't feed it in the right way and you give it the wrong way of living, then you will understand what you did do wrong. And that's about the parents. What will happen with your children? You understand? So it depends, folks. Who are you and what did you do with your dog? And then I do not talk about cats in that way, because cats you cannot, they do have a whole life, but just also treat them well and you will get lots of love. But from the dog, you get more love because the dog is more close than the cat to you. And it depends on the people who walk with that dog, what you're going to do with the dog. Do you treat it well? Or do you want to make it so that it will get a hard life? That it will start to bite people and all that kind of things? Because that's the same with people who murder and all that kind of, will not go to heaven. And that's with the dogs and the cats, precisely the same thing. But it definitely will not go to heaven. But it also then will not go to that nice place I'm talking about. Because there is a nice place for everyone, folks. But not one of you will go to heaven. Not close to God. But there are very nice places and you don't need God. There you don't need God. You don't have to think about God. God always will be with you, but in a different way, folks. To be with God, you need to be precisely, you need to work hard, you need to be without sin and all that kind of things. It's not easy in this world. So I saw many people go very wrong about this thing and will not go to heaven. That's how easy it is. So treat your animals well and it will go to that place I saw. And there are many also visitors, people who will meet their dog or cat, all that, or birds or whatever again. By the way, heaven do have birds. Heaven do have birds, but they do not have any other animals. They do have birds and they do have butterflies and they do have flowers and all that kind of things. You will see the most beautiful colors and all that kind of things. It's there, but there are no animals. And the bird do not belong to the animal. It's created by God himself. You understand? And dogs and cats are not created by God, but by people. So that's the whole truth about will your dog go to heaven? No, it will not go to heaven, but it will go to a nice place. It do have a big chance it will go to a nice place. But the chance will become little if you did mistreat your animal. So it's up to the people if you will mistreat it, your animal, or love it. And in the good way, because there are also people who do have sex with their animals. You understand? So then I tell you all about will the dogs go to heaven, or because I see this question come many times and I'm the only one who knows the answer because I saw it with my own eyes. That's how easy it is, folks. And people can tell me a lot of things with this Bible flock box and all that kind of, or box flocks. He seems to know everything about God, but he knows really nothing. So, yeah, he know only how he walk to the bank to take your money. That is what he know. He know that kind of things, you know. So yeah, folks, buy a T-shirt, I will say, with the name of God on it. Huh? It's good. Folks, for everyone who do have a PayPal or a Patreon or something like that, I never will listen to it because I know what they are, what they do, what they want. They only want your money. That's all they want. And then they will tell you a nice story that your dog will go to heaven. It will not go to heaven. But there are nice places. And also for human beings, there are nice places. You can get a nice place like that. It's like heaven. But you never will go to heaven. You better forget it, folks. There is not one human being who ever will see heaven. It's not possible. You will go into another field, another portal, and another world, but it will not be heaven at all. If I did not see this, folks, if I am not your unknown prophet, I will never tell you. I know precisely where you will go, but it is in the way you did treat people, you did treat yourself, or your mom, or your dad, or your family, or your animal. It got everything to do with behavior. And if the behavior is not good in God's eyes, and that is quickly, because God is old-fashioned, then you will never see heaven. And also not God. But there are nice places you can go. But that's all up to God. Because you will go to a waiting room and you will wait till God do make the decision for you where you will go. But all the people in this world first will go to this waiting room. This waiting room will come when you die. Precisely when you put your last breath out. You go to the waiting room. You wait there till they call you. And then God will make a decision where you will go. And it depends what you did do in this world. And that's really the truth. So you wait by your doctor till you hear your name. It's the same thing with God. You will hear your name and then you go. But it depends what you did do in this world. What you did do with your animals and what you did do with everything in life. This got everything to do with your behavior. And if the behavior is wrong in God's eyes, you also can forget that nice places. Because God will not take you. You will stay in that room till the devil comes. And then he will take you. Because God will not take you. So do understand. But all will go to that waiting room. And this waiting room, folks, you will wait or long or a short time. But if you wait 1 hour in a waiting room, then it's already too long, right? So when it will take a few hundred years, it will be freaking long for you. But do understand, God do not know time. We do not know time in heaven. It's simply not there. So when God comes, he can come quickly, or it can take hundreds of years. You are waiting there in that waiting room. It depends what you did do in life. The more stupid things you did do, the longer you wait in that room. It's like a prison. You go to prison, folks. After this you go to prison. You will be locked up. You are locked up in this world, but then you will go to that waiting room. It's very big. Many people are there. And the only thing they can do is waiting. And that's for everyone. But for the good people, will wait a very short time. Directly they will hear their name. And they will go into a bunch of light, a big light. But then you think you will go to heaven. But this is not true. You will go to the place in what God thinks you belong. So everything it's up to God, folks. Every day I wake up, then I say, yeah, Father God, I go shopping, but it's up to you if I will make it. Because I don't know, folks. I can drop down every minute. It's possible, huh? I don't know what God wants from me. I know He wants the best for me. So, and I will give Him the best. But I'm a very honest person. And I don't know what God will do with me. I really don't know. But I definitely will not go to that waiting room. You people will wait. I do a very important job for God. And I did say many times, folks, I'm standing for the love of God. And if I'm not standing for the love of God, I cannot work for God. I need the love of God. So that you will understand that I'm a real person of God. Who will work for God in the way He put the love in me. And that's also what my Father wants from me. He wants love. He's crying. He did cry many times in heaven that I did go to Him and told Him, why are you crying? And then I look into this world. People spit on Him and stab Him and all that kind of things. The most foolish things. And God cried. But you never did know that you hurt God that much. So folk, will people go to heaven? Will dogs go to heaven? Definitely no way that your dog will go to heaven, but it can go to a nice place. And you can visit that place. So you can see your pal again. For sure. I saw this thing, and this is real. But for the people who think that they will go to heaven, will not see heaven. Understand? You need to be touched like I was touched. And then still, it's the decision of God. It's always the decision of God if you will go to heaven or not. I think I make a big chance that I will go to heaven, or else it will be a place who look like heaven, where it is nice like heaven. And for me, I like to be with God, but if God take me to that place, then I always also will be with God, because I'm also connected with God and you are not. So for me, it doesn't matter where I go. I'm always connected with God. This is what God did give me. He did give me the connection. That's why I'm talking here in this world about you and the things I see and hear and feel and know and learn and understand and smell, and you know, I must know you very well, or I cannot talk about you. I talk about you, for I know you, and I do not know it from you. I know it from God. God did give me the way to see into you. And now I see a very nice dog. It's some kind of bulldog or something, you know. The Eskimos use. Very nice dog. And he do have, he is with rich people. So if the dog will be with rich people, it will get everything, because it will uh, like their own child. They always will cuddle the dog and kiss the dog, and you know, it get everything. Everything. But it need to go to a rich family, you know. Then these pets, they are very lucky they are in that rich family, because these people are really caring for their animals. And if it is a bird or a cat or whatever, if I see it in a rich family, I know it's okay. And these dogs will make the most biggest chance to go where I saw the dogs really need to go to. But these are all dogs coming out of rich families. Also from poor families, but the poor families, yeah, they don't care less, you know, and treat it not well. Long time ago, folks, I was a boy. Maybe I was 18 or 20 years old, and there was a dog for my door, a little dog, and I did open the door, and I told him, "Are you lost?" And then he look at me, he come in, he go upstairs, like he know I'm always upstairs. He lay down, I sit by him, he come between my legs, and he never move an inch anymore. And he stayed there. And then I think, yeah, the dog, it must go back to that family. And this was a rich dog, and from a rich family. And this rich family, they did look for their dog, and I saw this, and I told them, "Are you looking for your dog?" And they told me, "Yes, we are looking for the dog." And I told them, "How is it possible that with people like you, he ran away to me. Oh, so you do have the dog? I told him yes, and I don't want to give it back, but it's not mine, so come take your dog. And I told them, if it run away again, and it will find me again, then that day you lose your dog. I will not give it back. And they told me, okay, it's good. So they take the dog, and they want to give me money and all that kind of things. And I told them, no, take your dog and take good care. But this family was a rich family, you know, and I never saw the dog again. But it's a true story, of course. He was sitting for my door, and I did go, because I did go down to eat something, and I saw something for my door. And I think, what is this for my door? And then I opened the door, and he walked upstairs directly to my room. I sit with it, and he come between my legs on the floor, and he stayed there. And then a few hours later, these people are in the street, asking and looking and all that kind of things. At first I thought, no, I'm gonna say nothing, I keep the dog. But then I'm not honest. I steal, in some kind of way, the dog. So I did give it back. And I could get a lot of money, but I did not take it, folks, because, no. Even if I need it so much, I will not take. You know. I'm just a figure like that. But I always been like that, you know. It never did change. So there is a way that you will see your dog again. But it depends what you did do. And it's the same with the dog's life and with your life. So treat your dog well, and I'm sure you will see it again. All the dogs you ever did love in your life, because dogs, you know, do not have such a long life. 18 or 20 years is standing for it. And for a cat, they can become more old. But a dog, most of the time you're going to lose it when it is 10, 12. Then you did have a dog for a long time. So, but when you are a dog lover, and you treat all your dogs like the first dog you did get, then you will see them all back. All the dogs you ever did get. Because they live on, like you will live on. But the best way to treat your dog well is that it will go and will be born in a rich family, folks. These are the most careful people for their dogs. They love their dogs very much like their own children. And also the children will treat it well, you know. So it gets lots of love. Much more love than in a normal family. And that's really the truth. This is what these rich people really do good. But the rest of the things, they do wrong. they are against God. So the rich families will never see their dogs, because the dogs been treated well, but the people around it, and definitely God, my Father, they did not treat that well. So that's why they never will see their dogs. Only the people who did treat God well will see their dogs again. But you need to treat God well, like you did treat your dog. Kisses and hugs and all that kind of things. Cuddles. Do this with God, and you will see your animal again.